Hey y'all, welcome back. So I mentioned in my last video that this next one would not be pony related, and instead I've got for y'all an adorable pink flapper style winter theme dancer. I came up with this character design a while back and I was really excited to give her a fully detailed drawing. As you can see, I'm going about this drawing in a very different way from what I'm used to doing. Usually when I paint digitally, I start out with a sketch, then I do the line work in black before adding all the colors, shading, and highlight on separate layers below the line work. For this one, I'm initially creating a loose sketch before diving straight in with the base colors beneath the sketch layer, and then I'm combining the sketch layer with the base color layer, and then I start drawing all the details, all shading and highlights on that one layer. I've seen several other digital artists online work this way, where they do most of their work on exclusively one layer, and their art turned out really good, so I wanted to give this method a try. Generally, when I'm working, I like to use as few layers as possible. Oftentimes, when I'm finished adding detail on a new layer, I'll go ahead and merge that layer with the one beneath it, just because I find that when working with a whole bunch of layers, I tend to get a little mixed up and overwhelmed, just because it seems there's way too much to keep track of. But of course, that's just me and how I work, and there are definitely some digital artists who work with like dozens and dozens of layers in a single drawing. It's important to know what in particular works best for you and your style, and to not be afraid of experimenting with your work. I think maybe why I didn't find drawing on only one layer too difficult is because I treated the process much like a traditional physical painting. I haven't been painting as long as I've been doing digital art. I actually started seriously painting a few years ago when I started taking painting classes at college. When I do a painting like that, I usually start with a light sketch, then lay down base colors, and then go on top with any details I want to add. I think it's really incredible how improving your skill with a certain style or medium changes the way you approach other kinds of art. Since I'm mostly working on one layer here, I will sometimes set the layer to preserve opacity there on the left, just to make sure I color inside the base color, especially when I'm doing details like broader shadows or other color variations. Other times I'll leave the preserve opacity off because it allows more freedom to color on top of what you've already put down instead of exclusively inside the color, and it allows you to clean up the outer edges of the drawing easier.
Started as a whisper, message from a new world I'd never known. Something about it felt like it'd been waiting my whole life. Is this home? I can hear each sound calling my name, and I feel angels around when I start to sing, and suddenly it feels like heaven's not so far away. Tell me, can you hear the symphony? Panic, panic, I can't help but think that it's meant to be, that I'm finally right where I'm supposed to. If I let you into the secret, would you listen? I can hear each sound calling my name, and I feel angels around when I start to sing, and suddenly it feels like heaven's not so far away. Tell me, can you hear the symphony? Panic, panic, and before too long I found where I belong. I can hear it, oh, I can't stop the rush, every note I touch, I can feel it saving me. Tell me, can you hear the symphony?
I wanted to make sure her dress looked very shiny and slightly transparent, and usually when I'm trying to create the illusion of transparent clothing, it's easier to use multiple layers and just lower the opacity of whichever layer needs to look transparent. But I managed to achieve a similar effect by coloring in with her skin color on top of the areas that needed to look transparent and lowering the opacity on that.
Time for me to face the facts. The best me is with you, but I know I got a lot to prove. They think we're too damaged to fix, but we're just working through a little rust. They like to say we're just young, but I know we won't give this up. Sometimes I lose my mind, and some days it's hard to find the reason why you stay by my side. You
To finish up the drawing, I added some snowflakes surrounding her just to give it that extra wintry feel. Alright, well that's all I've got for this video. Be sure to tune in next week for something a bit different, but until then, thank you so much for watching.